Dating is tough. And I don't mean literal dates, like dinner and a movie, difficult and awkward as those may be. I mean the dating selection process. Finding a good suitor, your long term lover, that person who's really going to do right by you. How do we instead end up with a dating track record we're embarrassed to tell our parents about? Or a bunch of fish tales for the guys about a girl's number you got when that straight up didn't happen? Why is it so damn hard to get picked or to pick a quality mate? I mean, picture this. You're at the bar with your friends. You muster up the confidence to talk to a girl that you like. And despite your best efforts, she ends up captivated by some guy shooting an impressively good game of pool, or another one who shows some real flair on the dance floor. And you end up frustrated, being overshadowed for reasons that you feel are kind of shallow. Or you're a woman. You're out having fun, and you see a man who has established himself in a way that shows some kind of real value, only to open up to him later and find out that he was all show and no substance, which, of course, makes you feel lied to. The whole process is exhausting. Is it just this game that you need to learn the rules to play? Or are there deeper aspects to attraction that many people fail to see? One that costs them in the long term? It might be one of the oldest movie tropes in human history that somewhat innocent, aloof girl falls hard for the classic bad boy. I remember my first encounter with this being watching Grease as a kid, which is slightly showing my age, but we're not going to talk about that. The leather jacket, the cool haircut, the cigarette, bad boy, little care, rebel without a cause, attitude. And the question that we're here to answer is why any of this would matter to women, and why men would go out of their way to embody these traits, even if it's not an honest representation of themselves. So far on the channel, we've discussed a feeling of masculine containment in a healthy form. Women finding what makes them feel safe and secure in a relationship and creating a blossoming dynamic from that. I mean, can it be fake though? Role played in a way? With the overall energy of containment used temporarily to just kind of pull someone in? And then later, only to find out that he was writing a check his personality couldn't cash? Yeah, you bet it can. Let's review real quick the feeling of containment. It is the art of doing what is necessary so that she can flourish in that which she desires, and her returning the favor by filling your life with all that is unnecessary but desired. You give her what is necessary so that she can do what she wants, and she gives you what you want so that you can do what is necessary. Now, as I've mentioned before, the role of the provider does not strictly pertain to wealth and resources, though it can. Women, varying vastly in their needs, will look to you to provide what is necessary to form fit to their specific feminine energy. In the case of a woman who was attacked physically earlier in her life, a physically strong boyfriend might invite a feeling of safety and security in her. While another woman who had fond memories of her father's calm demeanor might seek out a personality that is frequently patient and level headed, especially under pressure. When women feel like they are being provided what they need, they drop this inherent urge to provide that feeling for themselves and are more open to sharing that more feminine part of their personality with you. Now, what does any of this have to do with a classic macho persona or having some impressive intellect to show off, like the bar scene in Good Will Hunting? What's actually happening, whether consciously or not, is that a man is displaying what he has to provide, or pretending to provide in some cases. Many women have not yet gotten in touch with the deeper parts of their desires to clearly identify what it is they want a man to provide for them, to give them that feeling of containment. Men and women both generally know, however, the ones that women stereotypically look for. The man with wealth and a good physique, or depth and wisdom, or these traditionally masculine traits. And there are some truth to these, but, sometimes they're also exaggerated. Will they still work, though? Yes, they often do. especially when combined with everyone's most sought after trait, confidence. Any of the aforementioned traits or talents with some confidence sprinkled on them will almost certainly give off this aura of containment, whether authentic or not. When women have not identified what exactly it is they're looking for, a feeling of containment will still often be temporarily felt from sometimes the most random and odd actions for men. Proficiency in a very niche action or talent, like a unique appearance or fashion, a deep knowledge base in obscure subjects, someone playing a particularly impressive round of pool, like I mentioned earlier, or maybe a showing a musical talent by playing an instrument with a lot of skill. The list could go on for quite a while. Is this man in question providing what this woman needs to have containment and fulfillment long term? Who knows? Probably not. She doesn't know what that is anyway in this case. But he is providing something. He has talent, or money, or skill, or depth. He has something. And when you don't know what you want, something is better than nothing. Especially when all those potent love at first sight chemicals start boiling in your brain. And suddenly, that something has you really wanting to find out if that feeling of containment he's making you feel will go the distance long term. And then so, the romantic back and forth begins. But again, what if he's faking? What if it's a whole act put up to get laid? Well, it can be sometimes, ladies. But you don't need me to tell you that. It's a well known concern vocalized by women in the dating world. Once the honeymoon phase is over, the mask comes off, right? Or the effort drops. He isn't as good natured as he led you to believe, or as handy or as tough as advertised. And yes, men, I know you have your own version of this too. Is it always insidious in nature? No, not really, though it can occasionally be. More often, what it is the inverse of what I mentioned earlier with women. When women go into the world of romance unsure of what kind of containment they are looking for from men, they are likely destined to find cheap, vapid containment that is as short lived as the buzz from the tequila that spawned it. In the same way, men who have not genuinely taken the time to figure out what they have to or want to provide a woman are destined to put up some cheap form of containment, like a used car salesman, to get that same high the woman was looking for. Like it feels good for a woman to be provided for. It feels good for a man to have his actions, talents, and efforts be well received by a feminine presence. And I mean, if both parties are out of touch with what they want or have to offer, and they phone the whole process in, well, you have the overwhelming majority of bars on late nights, or the bowels of an app like Tinder. A lot of people are dimly aware of the feelings of containment and receiving, yet few understand the mechanics of how masculine and feminine energy prefer to dance together. So, to those of you out there struggling with your dating life right now, the quality of your romantic prospects and the short term lifespan of your potential relationships, my suggestion is that you start your search inward. Understand the concepts of masculine and feminine energy, providing and receiving, and what the feeling of containment really is between a man and a woman. For those looking to further their knowledge base on these subjects to help improve their romantic life, I have numerous other videos covering these topics. And as always, if this resonated with you, I invite you to join me here for future videos as we continue to explore this dynamic. Until next time, ladies, gentlemen, be good to each other.